welcome to NysArt's first watercolor challenge. As I'm sure you gathered from the title, I'm going to be trying a new challenge where I take one item and watercolor it 3 times, one in 10 seconds, one in a minute, and one in 10 minutes. For this challenge, I will keep it pretty general and watercolor a plant in each round. I'm thinking that the 10-minute watercolor will look pretty normal, but the 10-second, I don't want to know what kind of crazy mess that will create. I just hope you don't feel offended when it's time for that part of the challenge. That being said, you should really stick around until the end of this video to experience and discover what my artwork truly looks like when attempted in 10 seconds. To support this channel, please like, subscribe, comment, and share this video. For the 10-minute round, I figured that I would have enough time to sketch out my subject before mixing the colors and painting it in. Like most of my pre-watercolor sketches, I am using my HB Faber-Castell pencil, which I prefer because it is light and easy to hold and has the perfect line weight. Just so you know, I will show you the time on my stopwatch periodically. If you are interested in buying your very own watercolor set, but don't know exactly which one is the best for you, I encourage you to go check out the one I am using, called the Koi 12 Color Field Sketch Watercolor Set. I have been very happy with it, and I've even had it for the past few years. The colors are great and last a long time, and the set even comes with a water brush, which has been fun to use, and a sponge to dry your brush. This all makes a very portable and compact set. If any of this sounds good, I encourage you to check out the link attached in the description of this video, where I will lead you to the Art Supplies website, my favorite local art supply store, where you can buy your own matching Koi watercolor set. And just so you know, I did decide to slightly speed up this 10-minute part of the video because there was simply so much dead time of nothing to say. And of course, I don't want you to have to wait too long for the finale. At this point, I was on track to meet the 10-minute mark and was finished with the pencil sketching. For this piece, I decided not to take the risk and the time by outlining in pen. However, I would appreciate it if you let me know in the comments if the outline in the pen is in fact helpful, or if it actually takes away and distracts from the watercolor paint. And any of your feedback definitely helps me shape my videos, so giving your feedback is very helpful for me to think about. Also in the comments, if you're a new subscriber to NysArt, type that in the comments and I will say hi. Once the pen outline was finished, I moved on to mixing paints. Since my time was limited, I only mixed a few basic colors. First, I mixed 2 greens, one for the entire plant and the other for a quick layer of shadows. To do this, I mixed a lot of green to my water and then added a touch of red or brown to balance it. I repeated this step with the shadow, just with a higher saturation level. Then I mixed up a naturally orange brown to attempt to match the color of my terracotta pot. For this step, I mixed a fair amount of yellow with a tint of red and a light touch of purple, yellow's opposite color on the color wheel. The red and purple will help guide the yellow to a more natural color. I again mixed a darker version of this color for the shadow color. If you are liking this video, please make sure to hit the thumbs up, and that will help me know that I should film more challenge videos similar to this one. If you have any video ideas, please let me know in the comment section below and I will consider them for future video ideas. Like always, I appreciate any feedback and recommendations you have to offer. That said, if there is something that you really like about this video, please also mention that in the comments so that I know to keep delivering that to you. I again checked my watch and realized that I was a little bit behind, but I think I could recover the time. To paint in the light green for the leaves, I used the wash technique, which I explain in a more detail in my watercolor techniques video, which I will link in the description. Because I still had enough time, I waited to paint in the green shadow until the light green layer had dried a little bit more. In the meantime, I filled in my first layer for the container. Similarly, I painted this using the wash technique. Since I had a time constraint, I was forced to paint this while the light green was drying. Luckily, the two colors did not mix upon touching one another. At this point, I finished up with some of the shadows. I started with the green shadow for the leaves because the light green layer was dry enough. For this, I painted a sliver of the darker shade of green into one side of each leaf. Being able to add shadow for each individual leaf is definitely a luxury that I will not have in the next 2 rounds of this challenge. Finally, I painted the shadows for the terracotta pot and using my second shade of orangey brown. For this step, I used the same approach as I did with the shadow colors for the green leaves of the plant. I now checked the stopwatch running and saw that I had completed everything in 10 minutes. Now it was time for the 1-minute section of the video. For some reason, my camera didn't film it, so I'm just going to show you the final photos and videos of the watercolor, and then I'm going to explain my process that I remember. I did a super light sketch using pencil, but quickly moved on to mixing colors. Due to time constraints, I only mixed 2 simple colors, a green and an orange, no shadows. Then I rushed to get the paint on my paper as quick as I could. No time to erase or dab away mistakes. Speaking of mistakes, can anybody name how many I made? Trick question though. In art, there are no mistakes, just new paths to success. While there are technically no mistakes in artwork, I have to confess that this turned out quite sloppy, although it is kind of what I was expecting. Although, sloppy could mean abstract, so that's just something to consider. Now it was time to do the 10-second plan. Once I come up with my plan, I executed. I did not bother sketching or mixing, but instead went straight to the green color on the palette and swirled my brush once and splashed any paint onto the paper. I did the same for the brown without time to wash my brush. With 2 seconds left, I took off the slice of black and outlined the brown to separate the color from the green. I did go over a few seconds, but to be fair, it did take time to put down and pick up the watch. Here are the final watercolors. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. To support this channel, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on notifications to NysArt. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I look forward to hopefully interacting with you in the comment section, and hopefully seeing you in future NysArt videos. Until next time, on NysArt.